Ramrods and heathens. Ramrods and heathens. How the heathens doing this morning? How the heathens doing this morning, may I ask? The heathens gonna gather up to go in that church tomorrow on that Good Sunday. Let me leave the churches. I said I wasn't gonna start that in 2023. Causing confusion. Ain't that what y'all say? Causing confusion. But yeah, y'all, the latest I heard, I want to know who did their homework. Or did the dog eat your homework on Deuteronomy 2023? Did the dog eat your homework on Deuteronomy 2023? But I'm going to get right back to that. What I wanted to talk about is, y'all hear about that 6-year-old kid bringing a gun to school, shooting a teacher? I don't know where it happened at, but I just heard it on the news. 6-year-old kid brought a gun to school and shot the teacher. She was a female teacher. I think she's in critical but stable condition. You know what I'm saying? She's in critical but in stable condition. And my thing is this. How did a 6-year-old get his hand on a gun to bring to school when we already know about all the violence that's going on in the world today? You know what I'm saying? Allegedly he shot the teacher. But that's what they saying on the news. You know what I'm saying? They locked him up. They charging him as an adult. 6 years old, y'all. Now, I don't know if they charging him as an adult, but they most definitely charging him. In that shooting case that happened between him and his teacher. I think it was an argument. 6-year-olds arguing with grown folks. I told y'all, that's what happened up at Community Charter West in Aston. A student was fighting the teacher and slammed the teacher on his head. You know what I'm saying? Now, they charges, you know what I mean, that the judge don't overlook. I'm not saying dismiss all charges on people, but petty charges like a light being out and arguing that you don't see no conflict behind. You know what I'm saying? They the charges I'm talking about dismissing. But them charges like far as shooting and disrespecting lead to shooting and all that. Nah, I ain't talking about that. Yeah, prosecute them. Prosecute them. 6th here, y'all. Prosecute them. I ain't saying people with shooting cases get a spank on the wrist. Nah, I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about a little fucking tail light out, little argument, shit like that. You know what I'm saying, that you should throw out. Because that's a waste of the tax dollars, the tax people dollars. When you just finding people guilty of a fucking light being out on your tag or some bullshit like that. That's weak. That's weak sauce there. And then pressure the issue, but scared to go after them killers. You know what I'm saying? They scared of that. They rather go after the person. Oh, look, his tail light, it came on, but then it went out. Pull him over. And then the judge, on the other hand, giving you a fine, finding you guilty for the bullshit. So I can just imagine what happened to that young boy that was in Chester Community Charter in Aston that was fighting the teacher. I can just imagine what happened to him. He probably still out fucking llama. He probably still out llama, y'all. And they expelled him from the school. You know what I'm saying? So how was that helping a young kid if he's still out llama and they expelled him from school? And he was only, what, about 13, 12, 13? So it goes back to keeping you in the system, ladies and gentlemen. Keeping you a slave to the system. Like I said, that shit is global, y'all. White supremacists is global in the world. You know what I'm saying? And that's a fact. See, they change laws to fit them. You know what I'm saying? They change the laws to fit their needs and shit like that. But if it can come to keeping you tied down and strapped down, they most definitely gonna keep you tied down and strapped down. Grand Rising, beloved. Grand Rising, Sunrise. Great Grand Rising, beloved. Yeah, when it comes to laws to fit their needs, they most definitely gonna change the laws. But my thing is this, and this is, I'm talking to the fellas with this one. I'm talking to the fellas with this one. You all assing on that bike. I'm talking to the fellas on this one. For all the people that we voted for and we keep voting for, that's why I don't get into politics no more. What have those people did for black men? You know what I'm saying? And I got into that on my last video when we was walking around the athletic field. What has the system of America ever do for the black man or any melanated man, period? I'll wait. Because I talked about they gave the females Section 8 food stamps and cash, which they give to some men. Some men get that. That's just coming home from jail, need help getting on their feet, but they only on it for a minute before they're kicked right back off of it. They don't get a man housing. They might give some men housing, but it's not how they treated the African American female by telling her, we gonna give you this, we gonna give you that, we gonna offer this, offer that, but you can't have a man living with you. How you can't have a man living with you, but you got kids by this man? You and this man been together forever, since Jesus wore sandals. That's how long you and your partner was with before the white man said to the female, you can't have no man living with you if I give you this Section 8. So who gonna raise the kids? Just the mother? A single parent mother? Do they separate the farmers? When the farmers go asking for money with their husband, do they tell a farmer, you can't have a husband on your farm if I give you this money? No. It's just only in the black community. But like I said, I don't want to play the race card because we all biased, right? We all biased. Every last single one of us got bias in us. And that's a fact. But what I'm saying is that the system, the government system, made it like that for our sisters and brothers. You be at the bottom of the chain, starving and always begging. We got to stop being beggars, y'all. I told y'all that. We got to stop being beggars and putting that government man in your business. You know what I'm saying? Most definitely got to do that. Because that's the first thing a female do. You think you getting back at man by putting the government in your business. In reality, that's going to cause the man to stay away. See, the government know. The devil know. The beast know how to separate, because they studied this, y'all. They had us under the microscope for so long that now they bringing in a whole new flock of slaves from the border. You know what I'm saying? Basically saying your service is no longer needed. We did what we can do for the African-American females. The African-American males, they on their own. We've been on our own ever since slavery, y'all. That's a fact. And that's a 100% fact. You know what I'm saying? But that led the 6-year-old bringing a gun to school. That's unacceptable. You know what I'm saying? Somebody need to be held accountable for that young man's actions. And it starts in the household. If your household is not organized, this is what happens when you break up the African-American female and the African-American male. There's no male in the household to discipline them boys. You see? So they run buck wild, and then they pick up female attendants. You know what I'm saying? And that's how they be out of control. Because the mother gonna always say, how many of y'all moms said, don't let nobody hit you. You better always hit them back. And if you can't beat them, you better pick something up and bust them upside their head. That's the average black American female. Teaching their sons that if somebody hits you and they bigger than you, you better pick something up and bust them in their head. Fast forward to now. You see what I'm saying? A lot of men ain't in the house to raise them boys. So the boys pick up the female attendants. And when they get into a disagreement or an argument, first thing they run for is a gun. You see what I'm saying, brothers and sisters? And that's a fact. If I can't beat you and my mom telling me to pick up a motherfucking bat or a stick and bust you upside your noodle, right? So just imagine I'm in the streets. I don't got no guidance as far as a male role model in my life. So first thing I do is when I get into an argument or a disagreement, I run to a gun. And that's what a lot of you young boys are doing now. You're picking up female attendants because your father not there in your life. So first thing you do is when you get into an argument or a disagreement, you go looking for a gun to solve your problem. You see what I'm saying, brothers and sisters? So when I say we got to build in 2023, we most definitely got to build in 2023. We got to re-educate ourselves and re-educate the kids. You know what I'm saying? Because right now, it's fucking doomsday for us, y'all. It's doomsday, especially for our kids, y'all. They ain't got their mother and father in their life. You see what I'm saying? So for those who do have their mother and father in life, you honor your mother and father, for your days should be long on the earth. That's in your scriptures, right? That's what we should be teaching the kids, the youth that's out here picking up a gun, shooting their little brother and sisters, breaking up two families. When you shoot someone, you crushing two families. You know what I'm saying? You crushing your family, one. Two, you crushing the family members of the person you just murdered. You hear what I'm saying? You crushing the family members of the person you just murdered in your family. But it all goes back to the mother telling the kids, the boys, if you can't beat him, or if somebody bigger than you better pick up something and bust them upside their head. See, all that leads back to that. So I'm wondering, did that young man shot that teacher, was his father in his life? That's the question. Was the father in his life? You know what I'm saying? The mother, she can't do everything. You know what I mean? She got to work. She got to get the kids ready for school. She got to make breakfast. You know what I'm saying? She got to make babysitting plans. She got to come home, cook dinner, pay bills. You know what I'm saying? And this process starts over and over again. You know what I'm saying? This process starts over and over again. So I can understand the frustration that's in some of our sisters' mind. You know what I'm saying? Frustration. You know what I'm saying? Frustration leads to depression, and it leads to all types of shit. Anxiety. You know what I'm saying? And all types of things, y'all. But I don't blame our peoples, like I've been said. I don't blame our peoples. I blame the people who put our people in that position. And it goes back to the beast. You know what I'm saying? Always goes back to the beast. I shake King. I shake Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King just out this morning talking to the peoples. It was a 6-year-old that brought a gun to school. But I'm talking to the peoples how it led from the beast, the government, breaking up the black family by kicking a man out the household. So when these boys get out of control and these females can't control them, once they start smelling themselves, and the female always say, if you can't beat them, you better pick something up and bust them in their head with, right? That was the past, right? That was the past. Now in the future, these kids is getting guns. You know what I'm saying? And it goes back to the mother saying, if you can't beat them, you better pick something up. So what they picking up now? They picking up guns, killing their brothers and sisters, not knowing the facts that this was programmed in us to eliminate us without even touching us. I shake, King. And that's what you spoke about. But it teaches all about, it teaches how to self-hate that been programmed in us for years. It ain't just start, y'all. Trust me. That was a process of self-hating. And that's what's going on now. A lot of self-hating. Mothers raising them kids and shit by themselves because the government told them you can't have a man in your household. And now it's to the point now, if you beat on your kids, and your kids call the police, the parent can get locked up. Who's the fuck parenting the kids? The government or the parents? Because I'll be damned if I'm going to let the government govern my kids. I'm going to govern my kids. You hear me, ladies and gentlemen? I'm going to govern my kids. And like I said, if a solution came, any type of situation came as though any of my kids was in that situation, I'm going to try to talk it out with the parents, the other parents. But I know some parents out here, is just so ratchet that they get into it with the person that's coming to talk to you about y'all kids fighting. And then them parents start arguing and fighting, and which leads to guns being pulled out and knives being pulled out. You see what I'm saying? Self-hate. But if the white man came to you and your kid was fighting on that white man kid, and the white family came to you, you gonna listen. You most definitely gonna listen. You know what I'm saying? And that's a fact. That's a 100% fact. It's training the mind to hate yourself and hate your peoples, but love everything else. leading to the 6-year-old who shot that teacher. I just want to know, was the father in the life of that kid? Or what happened? What was the situation? Is the mom on Section 8? Did they divide the family? Did they divide the family? And that's what caused this situation that's happened now? Yeah, that's the question that needs to be asked. And the next topic I wanted to talk about was the next topic that I wanted to talk about is January 6th. Right? I think it's 1 year coming up on the 6th. It's 1 year anniversary of the shit that happened in DC. I don't give a damn about that shit in DC, y'all. I don't give a damn about that shit in DC. You know what I'm saying? But they always want us to remember this shit. But when it comes to us remembering what happened to us in the past, they always tell us to get over that shit. So I don't give a damn about January 6th. I don't give a damn about 9/11. I don't give a damn about none of that shit. Because it was the past. Just the same way y'all told us to get over it was in the past. That shit was in the past. Let it go. You heard? Let it go. What happened, it already happened. Ain't that what y'all tell us? But somehow, some way, y'all gonna make this shit a holiday. A national holiday, January the 6th. You know? Y'all write laws to break laws. And that's a fact. And that's a 100% fact. But like I said, a lot of y'all vote for these people. And back to the black man, because I ain't forget, what have these people ever did for us? Have anybody ever opened up the books in domestic relation, child support? Since all this shit been going on in the world, from the jabs, the riots, the burning and looting shit up, have any of these people that y'all elected ever talked about overturning child support? Hell no. Because see, y'all was blind and bamboozled and hoodwinked into some bullshit illusion. It was an illusion, ladies and gentlemen, that y'all been programmed to. A big ass illusion. Yeah. And that's a fact. We on Yarnell Street, y'all. Yarnell Street. And I'll wait for these people that y'all elected, gonna open up the books and look into domestic relation for the black man that's doing everything he's supposed to do. He's working, he's paying child support, he's still in his kid's life. That's the man I respect. The ones that's on child support, that's still in their kid's life. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't break that man. But it's for the sister to go out in media and close that case out. But when you close the case out, the man is still responsible for the rears that are left aside that he has to pay. You know what I'm saying? So they can close the case out, which won't accumulate no more. Accumulate. It won't accumulate if she closed the case out. Whatever the balance is, that's how much you'll have to pay back. But then again, they should take a 20% off that too. Because some of these rears are up in the hundreds of thousands of dollars that they'd never see. And men lose their license over this shit, y'all. You can lose your driver's license over domestic relation, child support, and And how you gonna be able to provide for your family if they take your driver's license? You know what I'm saying? And that's a fact. That's a 100% fact. You heard? Good morning.
Good morning.
How you doing? All right. So like I said, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, keep that man out your business. Keep him out your business. Because it's going to be nothing but turmoil for your baby father. And he's most definitely some of us. Once the female take us out, domestic relations, the man like, look, I ain't doing both. I ain't paying child support and giving her money. So whatever the judge tells her or tell him to pay, that's how much he gonna pay. You know what I'm saying? And that's a 100% fact. That's a 100% fact. You know what I'm saying? And it goes back to, ladies, you got that man and y'all been together for years. Don't let that beast tear y'all apart. Don't let that beast tear y'all apart, y'all. Because there's still ways you can have that father in your life when the beast told you you can't have him. There's ways around that shit, y'all. Trust me. There's ways around that shit that y'all can still have that father in that household and make sure these boys not disrespecting the mom and not disrespecting society. But see, when you break the family up, that's what happens. You know what I'm saying? The youth start disrespecting the elders, disrespecting their mom. First of all, they disrespecting their mom in the household because there's no male structure in the household. You know what I mean? The mom got different boyfriends in and out the house. Them guys don't care about them kids because they ain't their kids. You know what I'm saying? So that much of respect is out the door when it come to these mothers meeting these guys and shit like that. That's out the door. And that's a fact. Father like male like, they ain't my kids, shit. You better stop disrespecting me. Now they get to putting their hands on them because that male hate the kid's father. You know what I'm saying? And the mother don't say shit. The mother don't say shit. You know what I mean? Because she's in love with that Negro that's really not providing for her. You know what I'm saying? He ain't providing for her because he got a whole fucking family of his own that he's taking care of if he didn't run out on. You heard? That's a fact. Union Park down here. Subaru Park, I'm sorry. Subaru Park. Down here. You know what I'm saying? But this video is about to end. I'm about to come back with another video because I ain't done talking. And I wanted to know who did their homework on Deuteronomy 2023. That's the next topic in the next video. Or did the dog eat your homework, ladies and gentlemen? Did the dog eat your homework? Huh? That's the next topic. Deuteronomy 2023. And with that being said, until the next video comes, y'all, which is coming right after this video, peace.